I'd just like to say thank you so much for the support that I got on a Sticky Utah video. It genuinely does mean so much to me. And since I've posted that video, a few of the victims have came forward and reached out to me personally and sent me more screenshots and more evidence. But my intention was to post that video and then not come back to the topics. I didn't think there was a need for it. But if people want to see a part 2, then I guess I'll make a part 2. But if you want to see it, then put it in the comments, and then I'll I'll get around to it. And again, thank you. I love each and every one of you. You're all amazing, beautiful people. Thank you so much. But now, onto the video. But just before we start quickly, you are going to have to give me a little bit of leeway. Just a smidget, just a little bit. Because this case was not easy to crack. I am going to be using the concept art as a little bit of a reference for some of my ideas. Specifically this bit, and then this bit. I'm going to be ignoring this bit because I don't think that's very viable long term. And I think that would only work in a small amount of scenarios. But just look how cute the baby Maggie is. That is like adorable. Most of you already know, but when it comes to viability in the aisle, an animal has to be able to run from things it can't fight and fight things it can't run from. And because of this, we are going to have to increase Maggie's weight. If Nova's size chart is accurate to the animal that will get in game, then that would mean that Maggie had already been upsized by 200 kilograms. Because personally, I didn't know how big the animal had got in real life, or how small it got. But it turns out the biggest estimates only weighed 1,100 kilograms, which I believe is about 1.1 to 1.2 tons. I'll put it on screen now. Now, you're gonna have to take a nice long deep breath, because I want to upsize Maggie to be a minimum of 1,700 kilograms, and then a maximum of 1,900 kilograms. I can already hear the people now who are saying, no, it's too much, it's too much. Just hear me out. This is the most controversial thing I have given Maggie in this video, I promise. But I've done it so it can at least weight-wise be on even footing with Carnotaurus. Because in my opinion, I don't think it can risk being lighter than Carnotaurus. I really can't. But we'll get onto that later in the video. Just hear me out. This will be a nice, easy and simple one. Let's give Maggie a nice little tail whip so it can deter smaller animals and potentially knock them back if they're under a certain weight. Personally, I'd love that. With this one, you'll have to hear me out again, please. As we can see here, it's shown in a kind of offensive way, but personally, I think it's best done in a defensive way. As a defense, I don't think it should be too powerful. Just, if it gets attacked in, like, I guess the shoulder area, where most of the armament is, then it just receives less damage, similar to how Paki receives less head damage, simply because of its dome. Obviously, to a lower scale, since Maggie is nowhere near as armoured as Paki's head is. Also, most depictions of Magyarosaurus dacus always show it to have some form of armour or spikes along the back of its body and along the shoulder, so I don't think it's too far-fetched. I know recently it was said that we can't take the concept arts too literally, and we can't take it as gospel. But with Maggie's concept art, I'm going to, because Maggie needs it. It seems to be able to stand up on its hind legs whilst eating, so I'm going to combine that with the fact that it took down that Ceratosaurus like that to give it the ultimate move. And this is where its weight comes into play. My idea for this move, where it can knock down and then stomp opponents, giving them some sort of fracture, body fracture, I'm guessing body fracture will be the most balanced way to do it, is weight based. So if Maggie weighs more, or potentially even, maybe, I'm not sure how good it will be with balance, but maybe the same weight as its attacker, it can knock it over or move it to the side, or like barge it, and it like, whatever it's barging, kind of like you know how Kano reacts to Tenno's tail slam? Kind of like that. I'll probably put an example up on the screen. I think that would probably be the best way to do it. And this is where Maggie can be vulnerable. If you miss the, I guess, the body check, push over, or you miss the stomp, then your opponent can just recover, move out of the way, and then just attack you whilst you're in a vulnerable position. which is good for balance. Maggie can't be some undefeatable god. Stamina-wise, I believe it should be Tenno-esque. So if it wants to stay and fight, it can. But if it needs to run away, it can. It can outstam whatever's chasing it. But then we come into a bit of a problem. It's speed. Because it can't, with what I've given it, it can't be too fast. Because then we're borderline getting OP, borderline unfair. But we'll talk about it. We all know about the Maggie faster than Aloe situation. But I'm a firm believer that Maggie shouldn't be able to outspeed Aloe. But I believe it should be able to certainly outstamina Aloe. So if Aloe catches a Maggie off guard with its ambush that it looks like it's going to get, and if Maggie is far enough away, it should, quote unquote, should be able to outstamina Aloe to safety. Also, quick interjection. I've just seen this. I don't know what people think about this, but how is that Aloe just taking the Serra off its legs? Surely not. If I see that in game, I'm gonna have questions as to how fast I'd make Maggie. I'm thinking around Tenno speed, maybe just a bit slower than Tenno. But I'm going to be popping up the current speeds of the dinosaurs, well, the creatures in game at the moment. So you can see whereabout it would place. So I'm thinking of making it around 39 kilometers an hour on the low end, and potentially maybe 40 on the high end. I don't want to go more than like 41, 42 because then we're getting a bit too fast. Oh, and I apologise because I couldn't find Pachycephalosaurus' speed in game. I'm sure some people already know what it is. We're now going to break down Dr. Nova's size charts that Rabbit Horn absolutely amazingly got for me because Imgo was down, or Imgar, whatever the site is. So yeah, let's talk about it. Let's break it down. These are the bottom tier, small tiers. Maggie should have no problem whatsoever. Maggie's destroying all of these guys, if we're honest. Same with this group here. Maggie shouldn't have a problem. Shouldn't even be bothered by any of these guys. This is where it starts to get a little bit spicy, a little bit saucy. All the dinosaurs and the creatures in this section here, Maggie should comfortably be able to defend itself against. After this, for Maggie, it's plain sailing, it's smooth sailing. Because Akano, my Maggie, should be able to, it should be a fair fight. Aloe, it's going to be able to outstam Aloe. I think that is confirmed, generally. If it's not, then that's just no comment. Alberto, it should be able to outstam Alberto as well. Obviously, if Aloe or Alberto catches Maggie like a foot away, then Maggie can try its best. But we have to be fair here. And herbivore-wise, on here, I don't think we should be worrying about those. The answer was easy. It was right there in front of our eyes. Just make Maggie faster than the Apex is, but make it realistically slower than what would be faster than it. So Aloe, Alberto, for example. But give it the stamina pool to be able to, over long distance, escape said predators that are faster than it. So, there we have it. I can sit back, I can relax. I've cracked the Maggie case. Personally, I really like Maggie, and I wanted to give it trample, but I don't want to go too crazy. But I really like the animal, I just do. And I think the model looks, it looks beautiful. I can't wait to hear it sound. I think it will sound really, really nice. Obviously, if you agree, disagree, let me know in the comments. Actually, I know there's some people in the OWL community. They'll moan. They'll be like, no, you can't give something too. You can't make something too good. You can't give something too much. Guy, bro, man, woman, whoever you are, just chill, just relax. Everyone needs to chill a bit in life. Just relax. It's a game, and it needs it. So yeah. Anyway, to the people who have watched it this far, thank you. I love you. Hope you have a great day, evening, night, morning, whatever times of the day are there. I think that's it. Great life. You're an amazing, beautiful person. And enjoy yourself and relax. And I'll see you in the next one.